It's time for another visit to your one-stop shop for all your Afrocentric needs. It's Afro Buzz.
We on the groove, we gonna lay it down. Yo.
Opening up today, we take things retro as American songstress Joyce Sims joins us in the studio. Enjoying the dizzy heights of Billboard success during the 1980s, Joyce most certainly has her place amongst fans of the R&B evolution. And after some time out, she's back recording here in the UK, so we sat down with her to talk the new material, the classic stuff, and we even managed to convince her to do us a couple of numbers.
Joyce Sims, fantastic to have you here in the house at Vox Africa and of course being in London town. What brings you to the UK?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm in London doing some PAs, performing at different clubs and doing some recording as well.
Does it differ when you travel around the world, the way your fans react?
It is. It's a little different. Here you could just feel the love, there's no doubt. They love you, they really love your music. I mean, in the States as well, I know they really love my music, but here is like you don't have to have the top 10 on the charts. They still support you throughout the years, and I really appreciate that.
Come into my life, I got so much love to show you. Come into my life, boy, I adore you.
I understand as well, you've been working specifically with some British producers on your new music. What's that been like?
It's really good. I'm really excited about the new music.
So where did those specific decisions come from? Why did you decide to come here to work with producers?
Well, actually, I recently signed with UK Management.
All right, okay.
And Miss Susie Zanuzzi, and she arranged everything for me. I wanted to put out new music, and she felt the same way. We spoke and had discussions that this was good timing, and so she put everything together for me and scheduled everything out, and so I flew over, and everything's been going really good.
Remember you and I, and the love we shared, romance me beneath the stars, you showed me how much you care.
It's fantastic to hear that you are releasing new material, but of course the people out there will want to know a little bit about the classics and particularly your journey into music. Born in New York, how did that affect you growing up, and how did the young lady end up in music?
I loved music all my life, and growing up in New York, actually I grew up in Rochester, New York, which is like closer to Canada, up in that area. And I wasn't really exposed to a lot of the New York City scene at that time, but I knew I wanted to do music, so that's what I did. I was doing my little demo tapes and everything, and in college I met some friends that lived in Brooklyn, New York, and so I went home with her. We would go back and forth, She introduced me to an engineer that worked in the studio in New York City, and I had All in All come into my life, and it wasn't easy on a demo tape. It was a cassette tape at that time. And I let him hear it, and he liked it, and he gave me studio time, and that's how it all started.
I felt no sweat. You're all in all, the way I feel for you.
Were you surprised by the international reaction as well? Because especially in the States, a lot of people can get consumed in just the States.
Yes.
But were you surprised that you were able to go global with it?
I was very surprised. Even now, I get statements from different countries. I'm like, wow, they actually played the song here. I mean, it was unbelievable.
And you released your latest EP only last year, didn't you?
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that EP.
The EP was called Running Back to You, Back in Love, and I released it on my label. I have my own label, August Rose Records, and I really wanted to keep music out, keep music out in the public, and to do it on my own label, doing it independently as an independent artist. I did, it's like different mixes, 2 tracks, but there's different mixes on each single. R&B mix, the club mix, house mix, and I really just wanted to keep music out there.
I can brighten up your days. And when you're feeling bad, I put a smile on your face. Can you tell me what price must I pay to make you see things?
Some of your fans out there would argue that maybe from some of the records you had, you should have been, not bigger, it's not even the right word, but you know, you should have been more recognised as an artist. Would you agree with that? Are there any regrets kind of in the path that you took?
I have no regrets because I just have no regrets because I didn't expect it anyway. I could see if I came into it saying, oh, I want to be a superstar and I want to be bigger than life. That I didn't take that approach. It never crossed my mind.
And what's next for you then? I mean, you're working here on new material at the moment, but what can we expect to come?
Some a really good music, some really good soulful club mixes, R&B mixes, videos to support it. Me in this country more often. You know, I get a lot of offers to remix the classics, and you know, I really appreciate that from the DJs and different producers and everything. But I'm a songwriter, I'm a singer. I have hundreds of songs that I want to have released. So that's where my head is, getting the new music out there.